Hi, everyone.
Hi. Good to have you all join us on this topic tonight.
This is Parenting 101 Practical Tips for Busy Parents. This is a video that we do once a week on parenting, and we've had several questions on this particular topic. So we just wanted to make maybe a couple of videos. This is one, we'll make another one at some point about foster kids or fostering. We had the opportunity, the privilege, and the incredible blessing to of fostering two daughters,
Correct.
and it changed our lives. That's why the title is "Fostering Change Our Lives." And we just want to go in this introductory video. We just want to go through some of the decision making that went into that, and one particular takeaway that we want you guys to learn. If you have some questions, you're free to reach out to us. We'd love to answer any questions, or you can leave them on the comment section. But we want to talk about foster parenting today in this Parenting 101.
Yep. So the way this, do you want to start where we, okay.
Yeah. And by the way, we always do a script for all the videos, but this one we just want to talk from the heart.
Correct.
Because they are from our heart. Kathy says that she had two children from her womb and then two from her heart, right? Became four. Just tell them where it starts.
Many of you may be asking yourselves how it was that we became foster parents. We had just moved to Oregon. I had just turned 30. I had just turned 30 years old. We had our own children. My daughter was 7 and my son was 5. We were in the first year at our new district. It was a big church. It was a great church. We loved our members. We really enjoyed being there in Hillsboro, Oregon. A lot of new way of life of everything. We had some church members approach us. She was currently the foster mom of these girls. But unfortunately, she wasn't able to continue being a foster mom of those girls because she had gotten a job at the Department of Human Services, which oversaw their cases. And so it was a conflict of interest.
Yeah, and just to pause, we're not going to give a lot of names or details because we always want to protect the privacy of, other parents and things like that. So we're going to go through the story. And so forgive us for not giving a lot of details, not because we don't want to, but because we just want to make sure we're sensible to that. But this was a life-changing. She says she approached us. In fact, she approached you.
Yes, she did. Okay, so yeah, let me
correct
that.
I wasn't really in that conversation.
She had approached two families. She approached me as one of the families, and she approached another family. The other family had decided that they were a very young couple. They hadn't had their own children. They hadn't had children of their own yet. And so they thought it was interesting to them, or they were interested, but not at that point in time. I, on the other hand, felt immediately called by God to do that. The story behind that is kind of long, which I cannot go into today. But all along, things have happened in my past that when that moment came, I just felt like God had allowed things in my past to happen so that I would be ready for that decision at that point in time. So I approached my husband, and I mentioned to him the conversation that they had, that they wanted. They were asking if we were interested in taking in these girls. I expressed that I felt that God was asking us to do this. And how did you react at that point in time, Roger?
Yeah, I the way I describe it, it would be reluctancy, because I have very small children.
Yes.
So I thought to myself, like, this person is a teenager. I have nothing against teenagers, but I have small kids that they hug me and kiss me, and I'm just preparing my mind for way down the road to get teenagers. And so I was reluctant, but we, like everything that we do, we just wanted to make sure that our feelings or our thoughts were secondary to God's purpose.
Yeah.
And I called it reluctant obedience. It's just like that story in the Bible where where Jesus tells the disciples to throw it. They've been fishing all night, haven't caught anything. He said, throw it on the other side. And they're like, we've been fishing all night, but if you say so, we'll do it. That's sort of like the attitude. Like, we prayed about it, we fasted. She was already convinced.
One of the reasons why I was convinced is even before anyone had approached me, I had gotten the opportunity to work with the girls over pretty much the whole summer on our vacation Bible school.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to hang out with them. They had time on their hands. And I asked their current foster mom if they were able to help out. She was more than happy. And they were just hard workers, really into it. They loved, being involved. And we built a relationship. They were a part of my youth group at that time. I was scared about this decision, of course, to bring in two young girls who obviously had a past that was one that was painful for them. Was not easy, but I really did feel God's calling. So we prayed about it.
Mm-hmm.
And Roger got to meet them and spend some time. We took in one girl first.
One girl, yeah.
It was one girl. And so we got to meet her. We spent some time with her. Roger felt also at that point in time that, yes, this was what God wanted us to do. So we had the younger of the two girls come live with us. She lived with us for about 6 months before we ended up bringing her sister to live with us. I approached Roger again. I said, hey, I really feel God. I really feel God.
You guys detect a pattern here?
I said, I really feel God.
Like, I'm the pastor. Like, why isn't God talking to me? Like, why? Well, yeah.
I said, I really feel God calling us to take her in. I'll explain her situation. He got to see what was going on in her life currently at that time. We invited her to join us on vacation before she actually came to live with us. So Roger got the opportunity to spend some time with her. And it was nice for me to be able to bring a family together. I couldn't bring the entire family together. There were 6 children in this household, but we at least had the opportunity to bring the 2 oldest to come live with us. And then, Roger is such a big-hearted person, and our home is always open to, kids and things like that and people in need. We would often we would make the effort to go see their other siblings, be a part of the family and the foster homes they were a part of, or have them come and be a part of ours for the holidays. And we did everything we could to try to keep those relationships together.
Yeah, and the other 4 kids are great kids. We love them to death too. So in the 3 minutes that we have, there's a couple of things that we just wanted to make sure that you understand, because, and I'll say one and you say one.
Sure.
One thing that I just want to emphasize, and this was Kathy's idea, and I totally supported it, but she verbalized it. I thought about it, but she verbalized it. And was this: once they came to live with us, we said, you are now part of the Hernandez family. There's not going to be 2 sets of rules. Many times when foster kids get placed, there's like 2 sets of rules, 2 sets of meals, 2 sets of privileges, 2 sets of opportunities. And it's very hard for that person, the little child, the teenager who has been placed in a home that is strange for them, often after a very traumatic experience, not to feel part of a home. So we said, when we go on vacation, we all go on vacation. So we went on vacation to Miami. They had never been in Miami. They got sunburns and they were trying to, it was like, why am I so dark? They got in the water, and Oregon water is very cold. So they got in the water in Miami. That was awesome. And they met our family, and our kids went to private schools. They went to private schools. We had the same meals. They had chores. Our kids had chores. They didn't work more than our kids or less than our kids. We went out for ice cream. Everybody went out for ice cream. We went to church. Everybody went to church. We were a family from the moment they came in. We did not want them to feel like they were not going to be separate from us. And one thing, I don't know if you want to say it or not, but one time that a person, foster child placer person. I don't know how you call that said that kids don't like, that families don't like teenagers.
Yeah, that was one of the things that happened to me when I was a I was a teenager, and because of circumstances that my mom really couldn't control at the time, because of her just mental illness, we were taken away from my mother. Not permanently, but we were going to be placed in foster care if my father had decided that he wasn't going to take us in. He, of course, did, and I didn't end up going into the foster care system. But I remember the social worker basically telling me that they would have to split up my sister and I. My sister is 5 years younger, because nobody likes teenagers. And so when God asked me to be the foster parent of a teenager, I just really felt like this was my way to make a difference where maybe there was no hope for these kids. So I just wanted to say one last thing on my behalf. While we had the foster girls, we saw some good foster homes and too many foster homes that were not so good.
Mm-hmm. There's one common denominator, right?
Yeah. And for the most part, it was pretty much always that they did it for the money. Mm-hmm. So in case you don't know, they do give you a stipend.
Yeah, it wasn't that much though. So you had to, in order for you to make some money, you had to have like a lot of kids,
which is exactly what those homes that struggled, that's what they did. They had like 6, 8 children. Sometimes it was just a couple taking care of them. That's a lot of children. Anyway, so we got a chance to see the difference between homes where they did it because they really wanted to help a family or help some children, and they did it from their heart, and the homes where they made the children feel like their own, and the homes where it was definitely for the money. I just want to say, some people do it for that. This is a way of them making money and income. I do not recommend that be your sole driving reason, because it's not always easy. And if it's just for the money, you'll just take a kid, leave a kid, take a kid, leave a kid. You're not really in it for the long haul to see them being able to change and get the help that they need, and maybe get the love and grow in their lives to be productive adults.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the one thing I wanted to share from my heart.
I totally agree with it. In other videos, we're going to talk about the challenges and the joys of being a foster parent. But if you have any specific questions that we can answer, it changed our lives. And we have now 2 daughters. Just a little while ago, Kathy was talking with one of them, and we rejoice with them, and we cry with them, and we're proud of them. But if you're considering being a foster family, I would suggest that you pray. And I think that you can't make a difference in every child's life, but you can make a difference in one child's life. Yeah. And that can change the life of one person. All right. Well, thank you very much. If you liked the video, questions, subscribe. Let us know what things we can cover in this segment of Parenting 101. We want to help you guys. And this has been Parenting 101. Practical tips for busy parents. Have a great day.
I said so a few times. I gotta work on it.